Hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to finish up this tale of extraterrestrial tragedy in XCOM, War of the Chosen. And you know, between episodes here, I was actually thinking about this, and I decided, you know, this really is, what is that hissing sound? Is it a fire burning? Sounds like we got an audio glitch where the fire is static. Anyway, but I was thinking about what we got going here. It really is kind of a tragic tale. Think about what's going on here for a second, okay? Let's look at this from an Advent perspective. Let's try and think. Let's try and get inside the heads of our enemies here and feel what they're feeling for a moment. So these aliens, they came down, crash landed on a planet. You know, they're having some car trouble. It's been a shitty day. They got an alien equivalent of a flat tire. So they pulled over here on Earth to fix it. They were probably, you know, out on some kind of peaceful science mission or something, like they're botanists studying the local flora or something like that. And then as soon as they're down, one of them hops out. He's like, hey, I'm going to go take a round. You know, while we're fixing the tire, I'm going to check out these flowers over here. They're really pretty and they smell nice. And what happens? Bam! Some armed paramilitary organization shows up, starts killing the crew, and when the aliens try to radio back home, phone home if you will, for a little bit of help, what happens? We burn down their signal transmitter and start setting everything on fire. We're violent, rapacious beasts who have come in. This poor, peaceful people who are just really needed like the alien equivalent of AAA. From Advent's perspective, I mean, XCOM, we're Peter Coyote from E.T. And unfortunately for Advent, they have no young, impressionable trick-or-treaters willing to let themselves be taken advantage of and with whom they can talk into letting them come back to their house and move into their closet and squat for a while. You know what? Maybe E.T. was kind of a scumbag now that I think about it. He kind of deserved to get thrown into that isolation chest and get whatever weird disease Elliot had and get chucked into a... Just because you put a costume on for Halloween doesn't make us okay, E.T. It doesn't make us okay. So we have one enemy left here. I'm going to stop rambling about E.T. I don't know why I've had a flashback to E.T., but I did. I'm going to stop rambling about it for a moment, though. I'm going to do something that's kind of dumb. I want to see if we skulljack this guy if he still explodes. So we're going to take Stephanie Sparkles-Meyer, run her up here. I'm relatively certain there are no enemies over here, although that door is open, and if there are enemies back here, we could spawn them. No, not from this tile. We still should be able to stay out of line of sight. I'm going to try the skull mine here just because I'm curious what will happen if we do it. I wonder if this man will explode if we skulljack him. We did get the jack. Stephanie Meyer, always ready to jack a dude. So, large intel cache, small intel cache. I want the better percentage because I'd like to not fail and take damage, but yeah, we're definitely taking feedback damage here. All right. Did he explode when he died? Nope. You do, Stephanie Sparkles-Meyer. I mean, that's your one fucking job. Okay, well, we got the kill. We learned something. We didn't get any bonus intel. Purifiers, if we skulljack them, do not explode when they die, however. Or at least this one didn't. So, I mean, that's a data point. What are we trying to do now? Dig in like a wood tick. We've got this one. This one's... We already burned down E.T.'s transmitter. He ain't phoning shit unless, again, he can find, what was that guy's name? Henry something? To let him live in his closet for a while he gets his shit together. We're just going to sit here and Overwatch and try and pick off our foes. We're going to try and draw them out to us. There was an Advent trooper earlier who ran to tattle on us to another pod. So, in theory, the aliens are moving in our direction. Cherry Priest, let's get you up here and drop you into Overwatch. If we can spot some... There's my boy. I was going to say, if we can spot some with Neo Gaiman, maybe we could get a couple extra shots. Oh, we're going to get... This is the worst pistol shot of all time, John. That was such a bad shot, we couldn't even see whether it hit or missed. That's a problematic pod, actually. A Spectre, 2 Vipers, and the Tattletale Advent. Okay. Well, the Spectre... No, this is bad. I was going to say the Spectre moved in a fashion that's not wholly inconsistent with us being able to kill him, but no, it actually turned out terribly. Straight up executed, though, bro! Chuck Wendig knows how you die, and it turns out you die when he executes the shit out of you. All right, so we got a Spectre over here. The one time we fought a Spectre, they, like, made a clone of us. There's some kind of, like, clone trooper shit going on here. You don't have a grenade, R.L. Stein. Do we have anybody left who has a grenade? We do not. We do have John Scalzi, though, who has a Mimic Beacon, and I'm thinking this may be the instance wherein said Mimic Beacon needs to get used. So, Sparky, we could have you come over here behind... You can't... I was going to say you can't skulljack anybody else, but the only thing you could really have skulljacked would have been that guy, and that doesn't really seem that useful. If we put you here, you're going to be vulnerable to a flank. But I have a plan to fight the flank. Hashtag fight the flank. Cherry Priest can't get a shot at anything. But we might be able to change that. Neil Gaiman is concealed, has a run and gun, has a slash. I'm not really totally convinced that this is the final pod either. That's another thing. How come Chuck Wendig doesn't have enough movement to get to that tile? He's just not as quick as R.L. Stein? Stein, did you get a movement bonus at some point? All right, well, let's move you up here. You have some shots. They're just not as good as we might like, but our goal is to try and make those shots better. So let's bring John Scalzi up and around. I'd really like to try his Volt ability at some... You know what? Let's just see what it does. 3 to 6 damage jumps to nearby units. That's kind of terrible, actually. The Spectre is problematic. We do have a Frost Bomb. Chuck, if we have you go Exploding Grenade, you can eliminate the cover for most of these units and also do some damage to them. Can you freeze them all, though? You could also just freeze them both. And then we could maybe do that next turn. And then all we really have to... We don't even need necessarily the Mimic Beacon. We just got to worry about dealing with the Spectre. It doesn't let Cherry Priest do anything, but I kind of don't really care. Yeah, okay. Frost Bomb just seems safer. Let's go for playing Frosty. Playing Ice Cold. Playing Too Cold. Playing Cold as Ice, a mediocre movie starring Robert Van Winkle. So we actually even got 2 damage out of that, and we have now a Snake Sickle and an ET Sickle. All right, so we're going to bring you around here, Sparkles. We're going to have you shoot this man in the spine. Go ahead. Give it to him right in the back, Stephanie. That's right. Right in the old spine there. Stephanie Sparkles Meyer with a surprise critical. So the other 2 are frozen. Maybe we just have John Scalzi run over here and hack this dude apart too. Can you get there, Scalzi? You cannot. You could go rend this elite trooper, which you might also want to do. I really wanted to try and get this done without giving up Neil Gaiman's concealment. Doesn't really seem like that's going to be in the cards, though. You know what? Take this ghetto shot at the Viper and see if you can catch him there, Stein. No doing. All right, that's fine. All we wasted there was bullets. Those guys are frozen anyway. Cherry Priest, are we going to be able to get anything out of you? Almost certainly not. What if we grappled you? You see anything there? You can see something. Grapple. I want to try and conserve Neil Gaiman's... Wait, it said we could see something from there, and now we totally can't. I wanted to try and conserve Neil Gaiman's concealment, but it doesn't look like that's going to be in the cards, so we'll just move Cherry Priest over here. All right, Gaiman, sorry. I was trying to keep you covered up, but it just ain't going to happen, bro. Somebody got to kill this dude, and you are that somebody. Yeah, you spotted me. Right here I am. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't spot me before. I wasn't really being super stealthy. I was just sort of crouched down low behind a rock a little bit, and you are dead. I still have no concrete idea what Spectres do, per se. It seems like they have some form of ghetto mind control. And I guess we'll just run up here and rend this guy. Okay, so we got focus that increased our rend damage. I would really like to know what the ratio of... Oh, it actually tells us. So it gives us 1 extra movement, 10 extra dodge, and +1 rend. Okay, and then we can just go into parry mode. These guys are frozen, so parrying seems like maybe we're being a little overcautious, but... Now is a good time for us to check out what John Scalzi's Volt ability does. Let's just see what this can do. 3 to 6 damage jumps to nearby targets. How nearby? Well, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. So nearby for certain values of nearby. Sparkles, you know what? I don't really feel like you need a kill. Let's let Sandman go handle this one. Frozen Viper, Blade Mastered. Is that it? The music changed, that's why I ask. Bradford's, well, shit. I thought there was going to be one more whole pod on this mission. All right, well, I'm a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie. The courage guides us, or their courage guides. You're stabbing Neil Gaiman in the brain! John Scalzi, this is completely and entirely uncalled for. The man is a literary rock star, a golden god, and you have stabbed him right in the part of his body that is most relevant to making some of the greatest stories that humans have ever written down on paper. You know what it is? This fucking sour grapes is what it is. John Scalzi, who, not an untalented man himself, he's like, God damn, I wish I was as good as Gaiman. What if I stab my knives into his brain and steal some of his power? Maybe I could siphon away his essence like he's a podling and I threw him in that weird chair at the bottom of the castle in the dark crystal and sucked out his juices. Also, I got to take a photo of John Scalzi stabbing Neil Gaiman in the brain. I mean, if nothing else, we need the evidence for court when the law firm of Meyer and Stein has to take this one in and have the case tried. 2 soldiers wounded. One of them was John Scalzi, who stood himself next to an exploding purifier. Lesson learned. And the other was feedback damage for Stephanie Sparkles Meyer when she got a purifier in a fashion that didn't cause him to explode. But that is a very useful, I feel like Stephanie Meyer's wounding there, well, personally, I find it hilarious and appropriate because I'm not a big fan. But it also provided us a very valuable piece of data that if we want to kill purifiers without having them blow up and murder everyone around them, we can send somebody in to skulljack their asses and it doesn't trigger them. Assuming a skulljack works, and you still might take some trivial amount of damage from the feedback. So Stephanie Meyer is lightly wounded. All right. Hey, Chuck Blackbird, Wendig got a promotion here. Chain shot. It's a no-brainer. Chain shot is the signature ability of the Grenadier. It is amazing, and you always want it. John Scalzi got a little bit of wound. Okay, that's fine. If he gets a bond with Neil Gaiman, honestly, I'm going to find that to be hilarious because they technically mind melded. We got 98 alloys, 156 supplies, 41 Illyrium, 4 Viper Corpses and Andromedon Rex, some Purifiers, Mechs, Spectres, Illyrium Cores. Superior Hair Trigger is very nice. We need to equip that on somebody. Toot sweet. Probably one of our Grenadiers, I'm thinking. And please beat. Oh. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Improve bond. I really, really wanted that to be John Scalzi and Neil Gaiman. I really, really did. Pete, you had trouble coming up with the name there. Yeah, I'm like doped to the gills on cold medicine. So if the commentary in the last couple episodes have been a little stilted, it's, blame Dayquil non-drowsy formula. Because honestly, I'm feeling a little woozy over here, Dayquil. You're not exactly, your formula's not living up to the advertisement. Do we want to retrain anybody? Nah, we're good. Speaking of which, how many points does XCOM have? Because we gotta have a ton at this point, right? Maybe we should start picking up some of these extra abilities. Hail of Bullets. It's an interesting option for a sniper. It really is. Aim is crap. Kill Zone is only 13 points here. Voldemix is trash. Hail of Bullets is intriguing, but not great. Ever Vigilant. Would be fantastic if we had anything other than a pistol. Blast Padding is flaming trash pile. Let's hold off on this. It's been a while since we've looked through these, so I'm just going to run down a list very quickly. Voldemix. Ooh. Hello, Rupture. Man, that's interesting. It's 25 points, though, and Charlie only has 4. He also already has a 25 point of, you know what, let's hold off on that. Shredder? No. Soul Harvest? Intriguing, but no. Needle? Nah. Silent Killer feels like it might be worth an investment of points, but maybe not at the moment. Chuck, Blackberg, Wendig. Let's take a look at what'd you get. Ooh, oh, yeah. I mean, volatile mix is also... Chuck has like 3 things we want. Because we want volatile mix. That's an excellent off-buy. Also, I would really like him to have Kill Zone as well. And Guardian is also amazing. All of these abilities are good. Guardian is cheap. I'm thinking about a Kill Zone with the big gun, and I'm thinking that I would very much like that. Cherry Priest, what do you got? Anything? Ball the mix, deep cover. Okay. I mean, nothing that warrants a total expenditure. Cormac? I find it difficult to believe that there's anything we could do that could make you possibly not suck. Combat presence is intriguing. Take an action, give an extra action to a squad mate. That's not terrible. Return fire is shit. Tactical rigging is pointless. Zeroing in is alright, I guess, for 11 points. I'm tempted to pick up Interrupt, but I'd really like to see what your other abilities are, and maybe if there's not some kind of synergy that we could get to trigger off of that. The problem with sharp skirmishers is it seems like they only really get good if somebody is shooting at them, and I don't want to get shot at. Hollow targeting, threat assessment is good. I would really love to get rapid fire for Judy Bloom because rapid fire is excellent. These 25-point abilities are really breaking the bank, though. Gaiman, what do you got? I mean, yeah, shotgun Overwatch is real good. Just having Shredder on a shotgun is also really, really good. Run up with some AP ammo, do brutal damage, shred. I love Shredder attacks. I'm never going to not say yes to a shred. Stephanie Meyer, what do you got? Also rapid fire. How come everybody wants to rapid fire? George? Killzone? No. Nah. You know, honestly, concealment hasn't been one we've really been taking huge advantage of. Tony Morrison, what do you got? You have chain shot. Everybody wants to shoot their... You have chain shot and serial. I can't... That's 50 total point. I mean, I want them both because they're amazing. Okay. Nobody has anything we're yet willing to spend the points on. Excuse me? You have a negative trait? Hey, Windig, I checked you between episodes and it said you didn't have a negative trait, and suddenly you have a negative trait. What the fuck's the deal here, Chuck? You holding out on me? He's holding out on me. What negative trait have you got? Where is it? And how do I get rid of it? You guys are sandbagging me here. You know, I'm not going to be mad, guys. I'm not going to be mad. I promise. He has a fear of panic. So he panics when a squad. Okay. I mean, yep, sure. Alien alloys and Illyrium. You know what? No. At the moment, I'm going to say not now. Although we do have the thing that is reducing our scan time by 50%. I believe we picked that up on a hack. Stephanie Sparklesmeyer? Am I out of my mind? Am I imagining things? Maybe I'm imagining things. No, we got it when we hacked the thing on the ship. Avatar project initiated. View facility. Okay, so we found another facility lead. No, they built a new facility. Okay. Well, we've got our emergency power vacuum here if we need it. You know, goons is very dismissive. They're people. You gotta be shitting me. The doom counter is just gonna trick now? Okay, so we've got the doom counter triggering. Yeah, it's troublesome, especially since our sabotage mission actually just went off. I'm gonna finish this faint signal. That gives us a facility lead. Okay, one facility lead has been added to our inventory. 3 days for more supplies. I'm going to say not now to that. We got to go back. I guess we're going to have to open our safety valve, which means everything else on the menu is now secondary. We're going to have to go make contact with some new regions and scatter it over there. And honestly, we kind of need another covert action to get some more sabotage. The aliens got a shitload of progress this month. Wow, that's... okay. I mean, it's troublesome. It is indeed troublesome. How are we looking from a... soldier perspective? Not great at all. in fact. We're going to definitely want to finish this bond training. We're going to need Charlie Houston. You know, we've got to burn through like 3 days here before we're even going to have a team that has a reasonable chance of pulling this mission off. So we need 3 days. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use those 3 days to begin over here and begin making contact. We got 11 days on a Doom counter, so I mean, we got some time. I'm going to need a quality team if we're going to take them in there, because you know Bala Derp is going to show up. As soon as we come over and start raiding in, Bala Derp is going to be on the field. She's going to arrive if we start going facility hunting. The girl just can't say no to the rich taste of facilities. Excuse me? They completed a dark event, sure. They constructed 2 facilities and they made 6 progress on the event. You know what, Optimus Prime? You're right. We did not do a good job. Immune to melee damage. Yeah, I actually really don't like that. Immune to melee damage is very bad. On the plus side, it doesn't say immune to shotgun damage, which thus far has really been Bala Derp's kind of fatal flaw, if you will. The hunter over here, he's picking up some training. That's fine. Honestly, dude, you needed some training. Status, Cypher, increase, encryption, intel cost, double by a month. Don't give a shit about Viper rounds. We have so much intel, I'm just going to see what this is. Chosen are much more likely to appear in combat. A wild hunt. I wouldn't mind getting rid of that. But also, you know what? Wild hunt, it has drawbacks, but it also has benefits. Because what I see when I see that is I see free action points. That's what ability points. That's what I'm seeing. Double the ability points game. I mean, we could do an additional. Let's put you over here because that ability kind of shitty. All right, let's pull all this stuff off. All y'all coming off. Feedback, I don't give a shit about. So what do I want? I want the scanning one for sure. Which one? Scavengers. Resource rewards are double and lightning strike. Okay. Munition experts, ammo projects, and improving grounds are completed instantly. I like that. 2 more extra resistance contacts. If we need them, we could install that. We do have 1 we can use for the skirmisher. Quid pro quo is shit, so skirmishers are going to be... We actually don't have a skirmisher ability. Never mind. Okay. Double the ability points gained in combat. That's a no-brainer. That one always goes. Psionic, we might as well... Oh, we don't have you unlocked yet either. I thought we unlocked another one of these. Well, I was foolish to come in here and change anything because I've basically just undone all my own work. So we want to go with the quid pro quo I don't care about. Munitions experts is interesting. I don't need these contacts yet. Though, you know what? I might by the end of the month. Let's go ahead and do that one. Let's throw in additional, get some extra power reserves on the Avenger, I guess. Maybe go private channel. I really wouldn't mind having feedback active or this. I wouldn't mind having munitions experts active either. Nah, this is probably good. Got a supply drop over here. We're going to ignore that for now and get back to making contact. How we doing on time here, guys? We got everybody back in action because this facility raid really needs to happen. Let's go take a peek. We're waiting on Charlie Houston and we're waiting on Stephanie Sparkles Meyer. All right, so we got to wait for Chuck and Steph. When Chuck and Steph are back in, we're going in. Oh yeah. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. You know what I wanted. Honestly, can we do... Yeah, I'm going to scrub experimental ammo, actually, because I really much want advanced explosives more than I want experimental ammo. I mean, I'll put experimental ammo underneath it. But it's the boomies. Pete loves the boomies. Also, go down to engineering and build the boomies. Build items. Do we have to build those, or are those automatic? We have no weapons available. It doesn't say I have to build plasma grenades, so I guess we're good. Still haven't built a smoke grenade because in XCOM 2, they've always kind of seemed like shit. Lily, I got problems. Okay. Houston, Scalzi, Meyer have all recovered from their wounds. Are they all back in action and ready to rumble? Because if they are, that's where we're cutting this episode, and we're going to go kick down the doors of a facility. The Muggle and the Monster, busy. Oh, goddamn Blackbird. Wendig is tired. We could get by with Meyer and Stein. Right? Meyer and Stein? Stein is available? We can get by with Meyer and Stein. It's definitely going to be Tabitha King and Joe Hill. Charlie Houston is absent. Yeah, we got this. This team can pull it off. They won't have the Muggle. They'll have to make do with the law firm of Meyer and Stein. But the law firm of Meyer and Stein, that extra W is not only, the extra W, their phone number, of course, 1-800-555-LAWW, law. The extra W is not only for wow, it's also for win. The law firm of Meyer and Stein. I suppose it could be Meyer and Stein Attorneys at Law as well, or Meyer and Stein LLC. Possibly Meyer and Stein LP. I guess they could be a limited partnership as well. It's a pretty common business model for law firms to employ. We'll delve the depths of their particular organizational structure next episode when we go kick down the door of that facility and burn it to the ground. Right now, I'm going to wrap this episode up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Support does really mean a lot. If you'd like to see Meyer and Stein courtroom gunfighters go blazing into action, might consider subscribing as well. New episodes of XCOM every single day. And also, you'll get a chance to hear more of my cold medicine-infused ridiculousness. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.